that was soul to soul, back to life. The duality of our experience in America played out in full view in the last couple of days. Yesterday, the Senate unanimously approved a holiday commemorating Juneteenth, while at the same time, the governor of Texas made it harder for teachers to teach about slavery. Now, the very first time I ever heard of Juneteenth was some people from Texas that moved to California. Matter of fact, I had never seen it celebrated until I started playing Texas and Oklahoma and Louisiana. I'd never even seen a Juneteenth celebration. Now, here we have a Senate that unanimously approved a holiday commemorating Juneteenth. Now, let me say this. At the very same time, some of those same people who voted unanimously to approve this holiday make it harder to teach slavery. Make it harder to teach slavery. It makes it harder to talk about all the things that happen that cause this holiday to come into effect. This holiday is not about the abolishment of slavery. We were a slave for 2 more years without anybody telling us, in violation of federal law. So the same time that they're saying we're going to commemorate this holiday, we're going to stop there, trying to make it harder to teach about slavery, the nation's original sin. What are we going to tell children when they're celebrating a holiday that they don't even have a point of reference to in school? What does it say that they can unanimously approve a holiday of Juneteenth, but couldn't even get 50 senators to decide that we need our voting rights protected? You can get a unanimous decision on a holiday, but you can't get 50 people to decide that we need the police to not have qualified immunity. You can get 50 senators to decide on a holiday, but you can't get 50 senators to vote to stop lynching black people. You can decide on a holiday, but you can't get 50 people together to decide to help or to stop the assault on black voting. You know, when we were slaves, when our forefathers were slaves, the masters would make them cake. They would let them have cake. They would make them cake. They didn't stop beating them or raping them or mutilating them or selling their children, but you get cake. This bill reminds me a lot of that. It reminds you of giving you something that can't take away the pain or the disenfranchisement that it visited upon you. It can't do it. And much like a cake, I don't think you can have a conversation that starts in the middle. Just like you can't have a cake without all the ingredients. If I wanted to make a cake and I decided that I was going to put everything out except the sweet stuff. If I put semi-chocolate in, if I put chocolate in, if I put flour in, but if I didn't put eggs and salt in, it would be a flat, terrible cake sold either in American, probably at a vegan restaurant. America has to decide if it wants to keep starting our stories in the middle. That is the duality of us. The very same time you're pretending to honor a holiday honoring us, is the very same time you're trying to strip it down so that black people can't vote, make it harder for us to vote, so that black people so that you can't learn about slavery. It is no different than the cake they gave you after they sold your children. It's a little note from the GED section. We've got a jazz report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.